Hi guys, Olga here, and today I would like to share with you mixed media canvas I made with wild orchid crafts, flowers and embellishments. I'm starting with a prepared canvas. I covered it with vintage book pages. I have a rose branch. How to prepare the branch like this you can find in another video, and link is below. And I have many flowers from wild orchids. To make some vintage sayings in background, I'm using 13 art stencil and archival brown ink. Then I need some papers in background, so I cut them into stripes and pieces and just gluing them with 13 arts gel medium directly to my prepared background. Just adding them randomly to have some dimensional elements in background to make some mess. I chose vintage style papers because whole work should be in vintage style. I'm adding also pieces of washi fabric tape. This tape is awesome, especially when you're using some media. It takes color perfectly. Yeah, and it's self-adhesive, but I'm adding gel medium because I will use a heat gun so it could take off. Then I'm going with texture paste from 13 arts through the mask and drying everything with my heat gun. When my background is good and dry, I just adding a little bit of gesso with my brush and then wiping everything with baby wipe. I want to have really thin layer of gesso, and this gesso is quite heavy product. I really love it. It gives you full cover, and if you want to have a more thinner product, just adding water. Then I'm distressing edges. I want to have brown vintage edges. I'm using archival ink because I will add a lot of media and I don't want to distress to flow everywhere. But flowers, I'm distressing with distressing colors, tea dye and vintage photo, because when I add water and the edges will be perfectly blurred but darker. I'm gluing everything on gel medium, so layer of gel medium, then some thread and my flower branch. Adding two metal elements from mixed metal embellishments. Flowers and papers I could glue on regular glue, but metal elements I'm gluing only on gel medium because it gives you better grip. Now I'm adding one big flower. It's magnolia, and those flowers are really awesome. Flower branch was made with mixed flower set, and I'm adding some flowers from this set and some leaves to make my composition rich. I love cherry bluesbone flowers, but I had to take off the first layer of petals and just turn it off to add a different look to my flower. I want all petals to be up. Now I'm adding some pink crystal branches. They are awesome. They look really nice, like some water drops or something like that. They really perfect filling in compositions. I decided that I missed some big element here, so I'm adding some paper die cut from my stash. I'm gluing pieces of trim with roses. I just cut it in half and placing a gel medium under my composition. And to fill this space around metal elements, I'm using paper tags with some threads. To be specific, it's yarn, not thread, but who cares anyway. To have those loops from this yard, I'm using sampler and just adding one sample on one and one on second tag and placing them under my composition. As you can see, the metal elements, I glue it on pieces of chipboard to have more dimensional composition. Thanks to that, I can put things under composition. I started to add colors. I'm using 13 Arts mists. It's pastel yellow and my absolutely favorite yellow amber. I'm starting with only a little bit of color and adding more and more. White Orchid Crafts flowers are from mulberry paper, so they take color so awesome. I love it. But remember, if you wet them, they might become a little flat when paper is wet. So when I'm drying, I'm picking up the petals with the stick, because when you wet them and then dry, they will be while you're drying, you can change the shape of flower. Remember to pick those petals up with something, not with your finger, because the heat gun is so hot. So I'm just playing, adding more colors and trying to mix them to have perfect blur and ombre between them. I'm using a lot of water, as you can see, and a lot of heat gun. So when I'm done, my flowers have those amazing dark edges. It's because I'm overheating them. So simply I'm burning the edges of flowers, and I add distressed ink at start, so they are even more darker on the edges. I love this effect in my works. You can also add mists on metal elements, but remember that you have to hit them to stay on your metal, and if you use something wet, it will take off. To add some more colors, I'm using silk crayons. It's something like gelatos. Those are water-based crayons that some time ago my friend recommended me, and I love them. They are so silky, and the working with them is so easy. To make some shadows, I'm using dry pastels from Kohinoor. I really like the way I can work with that, but remember that to use dry pastels, you have to dry completely your background. Here I'm blurring them with finger and with with blurring tool, also from Kohinoor. When I'm happy with my background, I'm just adding some sayings from stickers, a little bit of dry pastel to melt them in background to blur everything, and some black strokes from pen. I really like dramatic black accents in my works. In the last minute, I decided that I need something gold in background, so with 13 hours stencils and Tim Holtz double acrylic gold paint, I'm adding a little gold accents. And to finish my work, I'm using black ink from 13 Arts that I designed, and I'm just making little splatters with my stick. So anyway, thank you for your attention. I hope you like it. For more inspiration, please visit Wild Orchid Crafts blog. All products you have listed below the video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Bye bye.